Jackson.
Is that a horse?
Good morning. Well, I'm just going to use my voice. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Come on, you can do better than that. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I know it's Saturday, first week, school started. Is everyone glad to be back at school? You're going to do better than last year? You're going to do better than last year? Yeah. Well, thank you for coming out to the J.C. Cooley Youth Inspirational Leadership Breakfast. I'm Michelle Cooley. I am so thankful, and we're all thankful, and we're really appreciative that you came out this Saturday morning to support us. We got a lot of things on the agenda today. We have music. We have a youth guest speaker, we have a keynote speaker, and we have the main speaker. And I wanted to introduce you to the person who started all this. He is I'm gonna tell you a little bit about him. I might be a little biased, but he has been in the Navy retired Navy for 23 years, officer, and he currently spends his time trying to create programs to mentor the youth, only with community service and just anything with community service regarding mission trips. We do mission trips to Mexico, just so you know. That's a day event, but he also does a lot of speaking tours around a lot of the local high schools, middle schools, Boys and Girls Club. So without any further ado, I want to introduce you to the founder, CEO, president of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, my husband, James Cooley.
Testing. How everybody doing?
Good morning.
Testing. How everybody doing? Don't like this. We always have another point. Testing. We having a good time? First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us at the kickoff. You know, school just started last week, like my wife mentioned, and we do this at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. And not just this, but I get an opportunity to see a lot of you all at your high schools, middle schools, etc. So this is not the first time, certainly won't be the last time. I want everybody to sit back and enjoy why we're here today. You know, we are here today to find out and to understand that each and every one of you all are one of the future leaders of this world. But you have to want to be one of the leaders of the world. And this program is geared to instill some of the things that we all have experienced during our life in order to follow the road for success. So, that's what we're here for. But I will be talking to each and every last one of you again and very shortly throughout the program. But I want to invite, first of all, I want to recognize some folks. I want to recognize Salona, her mother, her father. She's been with us for a couple of years now. A very extraordinary young lady. She's a junior this year, and she epitomized leadership. Does a whole lot of stuff, acting, singing. She was so extraordinary. I wrote her into a couple of plays that I produced this year, and she's going to show you a little bit of her talent as well. Also, my executive vice president here, Charles Golden, extraordinary guy. You're going to be hearing from him later on. My camera guy here. Hope everybody's okay with this being on TV or YouTube or this and that. I mean, do we have anybody that's against that? That's how we do it here. Yeah, so I tell you, I will be talking to you all a little bit later, but I want to invite our musical guest. This guy's extraordinary. He had been playing for years, and he plays all over the place. And I tell you, I am so happy and so proud to call him my friend. Without any further delay, let's put our hands together and bring Dennis Masawa. Hi, is everybody? Let's try this again. Hello. Can you hear me? Okay. Better try to get situated here. Okay. Okay. I'm nervous. Okay. Keep screwing up. Okay. We'll work with it, right? Good morning. There's a lot of echo. Can you take it out, please? Check one. There's two of us. I just need me. One. Check. That's better. Anyway, we'll work with it. No problem. All right. That's good. My name is Dennis, and I'm waking up, as you could tell. Are you waking up too? But I'm glad to be here. I've known James for a while, and he does an awesome job with young people. I'm still young. I got my 20-year-old, 15-year-old, and 13. I'm still young. So I know a little bit of stuff about young. But I'm glad to be here this morning, and he told me to sing a few songs, so I'm gonna sing those songs, and I hope you can sing with me too, because some of them, I'll see who goes to church. I'll get to see who goes to church this morning, and if you don't go to church, don't worry, okay? You could, just watermelon the song if you don't know it. It's okay. So let's try this. Let's open with a word of prayer. You say, I go to church. You go to church? Amen. Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this wonderful morning. We thank you that you brought us here, all of us looking so cool, so nice, so beautiful girls, handsome young men. And we are glad to be here. We are so glad to be here to get to see what's going to go on and get to even know each other, for those who don't know each other. And we just thank you for this wonderful occasion. We invite your presence in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Who am I that you're mindful of me, that you hear me when I call? Is it true that you're thinking of me, my Lord, how you love me? It's amazing. We have to start a little bit slow because we're waking up, right? Who am I that you're mindful of me, that you hear me when I call? Is it true that you're thinking of me, my Lord, how you love me? It's amazing, so amazing. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God, if you know it. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. I am a friend of God. Sing it louder. I am a friend of God. Back me up, choir.
I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. Who am I that you're thinking of me? That you hear me when I call. Is it true that you're thinking of me, my Lord? That you love me? It's amazing. It's amazing. Now, I'm not going to sing along, huh? It's simple. I am a friend of God. You can do that, all right? I am a friend of God. Let me hear you say, everybody. I am a friend of God. Come on. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. We got it now. I want to hear you one more time. I am a friend of God. That's right. I am a friend of God. Somebody got hands, we can clap. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. There we go. Oh yeah, I got some live this morning. Come on. I am a friend of God. Yeah. I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. He calls me friend. Over and over, I am a friend of God. Yeah, yeah, I am a friend of God. I am a friend of God. And He calls me and you and me and you and you and us and all of us and me. He calls us friends. Some of you look sad this morning. You got some sorrows. Can we trade them? I'm trading my sorrow. I'm trading my shame. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. I'm trading my sickness. I'm trading my pain. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. Oh, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes. Lord. I can't hear you. That's kind of weak. James, you didn't give them breakfast, that's why. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. Oh, I am pressed but not crushed, persecuted, not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed. I am blessed beyond a curse, for His promise will endure. That His joy is gonna be my strength. Oh, the sorrow may last for a night. Joy comes in the morning. I'm trading my sorrow. I'm trading my shame. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. And I wanna say yes, Lord. Say yes, Lord. You see, we love competition. Maybe let's do this. Where are the girls? Where are the girls? Where are the girls in the room? Yes, Lord, yes. Come on, girls. I can't hear you. Yes, Lord, yes, yes. Oh, girls haven't had breakfast too. Okay, let's do girls. Yes, Lord, yes. Yes, Lord. Is that girls or boys? Come on, girls. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes. Got it. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, yes, Lord. Amen. Beautiful girls. Come on, clap for yourself. Boys, where are the boys? Where are the boys? Who let the dogs out? Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Where are the boys? Where are the young men? Where are the young men? Okay, okay. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, yes. All of us. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. All right, clap for yourselves. What a wonderful backup singers. All right, I'm going to finish with this song. Some of the young people, or even us older people, we have issues, eh? We got stuff, the economy, you know. I woke up this morning and my dog didn't act right. I almost kicked it, you know. We got issues, friend drama, you know. Girl, you know, we got issues, boys, you know, my homie, you know. We got issues. And sometimes you want to do drugs because you want to get out of the issues. Then we get deeper into issues. But you know what? I wrote this song. I'm in love reggae. Reggae, jamming, right? Okay. Oh, hey, hey. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, oh, oh. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. Are you troubled in your heart? Are you hurting so bad? Is there something that's deep within? Oh, nothing's too small, nothing's too big that the Lord won't take care of. Eh, I lift my eyes to the hills. From where shall my help come from? I lift my eyes to the hills. From where shall my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Oh, my help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. The Lord is good. The Lord is good. The Lord is good. Oh, the Lord is good. The Lord is good. The Lord is good. Oh, count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Oh, I count your blessings, name them one by one. Why am I saying so? Because sometimes you don't know what you have. So I'm freestyling now in case you didn't know. And sometimes you complain too much when you have a nice bed to sleep on. You came in here in a nice car, but you forget and you complain too much. And you look at your parents and say they are old. They know nothing, but I'm just saying that they know a lot. They've been around for too long. And you forget that the nice clothes that they bought for you. Yeah, 'cause there's some kids somewhere. They don't have even anything to wear. They're walking so many miles just to get some water. But you got water just 5 steps next room to your bathroom. So you gotta know. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, name them one by one. How many of you got sisters and brothers right here? Siblings? Well, there's some kids that lost their siblings a few days ago. But you got your sibling with you. But you can't stop fighting every day. So count your blessings, name them one by one. Amen. Amen. All right. That's my message to you. Count your blessings. You wake up this morning, your sibling is there, your mom is there, your dad is there. And it doesn't matter even if your dad is not there, your mom is not there, but there's something you can always thank God for. Thank God you got a chair you're sitting on, because if it wasn't there, you'd be standing there and you'd be complaining. Like, what the heck is this? There's no chair. Anyway, James, bro, come on over. God bless you. It was a pleasure being together.
You know, we're going to do better than that. Let's give him another round of applause. That was absolutely fantastic. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. You know what? We just got started. We got a lot more of power-packed action coming your way. You know, so it brings me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker. I know this young lady. I've been knowing her for quite some time. So actually, she's my wife. She just graduated with her MBA from Concordia University, and she continues to do great things. But she's going to come to you and talk to you all about educational tips. Without any further delay, Michelle Cooley.
Thank you. Of course, everyone has gone back to school, returned last week. And one of the things that I wanted to share with you is it's been a while since I graduated with my bachelor's degree. So when my husband encouraged me for many years to go back and get my master's, I was like, I don't want to go. Really, the reason I didn't want to go is because I was scared. I was never good at writing papers. And if you know anything about master's degrees, basically college in general, there are a lot of papers to write. And you have to write them really good because the professors in college are a little bit more strict in grading compared to the teachers in high school. So I did go back for my master's, and I actually loved writing papers. But one of the things I had to learn was I've been out of school for many, many years, and I had to re-educate myself on tips to be a better student. So I'm going to share these with you and things that I encountered. One of the most important things is going back to school, please get an agenda. Basically, besides your schoolwork, I'm sure you have extracurricular activities. It could be sports, it could be, dance, it could be anything, or volunteer work. Make sure you don't overwhelm yourself. You have to have an agenda and a program, because if you exhaust yourself, you're not going to do well in school, because getting a good night's rest, having some downtime, it really does improve your grades. Another thing is know your course syllabus. Basically, know what your teachers are expecting of you. If your teacher gives you an assignment, don't just assume she wants it or he wants it done a certain way. If they're telling you specifically, I want it done this way, don't think you're going to, impress them. I'm going to do it this way, and they're going to like it. And then you see your grade and you're not happy. The teacher gives you instructions on purpose for a specific reason. They want it done a certain way. If they say 5 pages minimum and you do, 4 is okay, she's going to be okay, or he's going to be okay with, 1 less page. No, they specifically said 5 pages. So how many people procrastinate doing homework? Come on, be truthful. Okay. One of the things about procrastination is you don't give your best because you're rushing for time. If you have a special assignment or a paper due in 3 weeks, and you say, okay, I'll do it next week. Oh, the week, oh my goodness, it's due in 3 days. You're going to push yourself to the max, and you might not be giving your very best. Let me tell you something. Spell check is great, but and also, grammatical check is great, but sometimes the best way to really write a good paper or to do anything is to take the time, to take the necessary time ahead to really review what you're doing. And sometimes, let's say if you have a math project or any type of project that is due, you may not understand like certain parts of the project that is due. So you may need to defer and, speak with one of your students, one of your other peers. So always give yourself time to do, your work, and please don't procrastinate. One of the things is a lot of you are in middle school and a lot of you are in high school. Please plan what you want to do. School goes by very fast. Some already went by fast, and now you're back in school. If you're in high school and there's a certain career, there's a certain school you want to go to, please do your work. Get your grades right now. Don't wait until your junior year. Don't wait until your senior year. Don't wait until your sophomore year. Always give your best in everything that you do. If you want to go to Yale, if you want to go to Harvard, if you want to go to San Diego State, if you want to go to any of these schools, please do your research. Don't wait until your later years when you're a junior or you're a senior to do research. I mean, you can, but always shoot for the best. Don't go for the bare minimum. If you want to go to a school like Penn State, if you want to go to a school like Columbia, if you want to go to a school like NYU, if you want to go to any school that you set your heart on, please do your research and do your best, because there's a lot of people who love school and they would love to be in your position, being able to go to certain colleges or certain high schools. So do your best and do your research. That's all I have. Thank you.
It's that time. I mean, I know we got a lot of people out here hungry, right? We got a buffet out here that when the pastor is going to bless the food, but then I always call it ladies first. So,
All right, let's pray. Father, we thank you for this breakfast. Bless it in the name of Jesus. Amen. Amen. That's people are like, oh, thank he finished early. We got to go eat.
ladies first.
How people see him don't realize that we can affect an entire generation
Testing.
and build a character.
Yeah,
But you gotta do it with these 4 C's.
Create, collaborate, then we commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then we commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. It's the 4 C's. Whoa, whoa.
In this life you are gonna grow.
And there's things in this world that you gotta know. To be the best that you can be, you're gonna grow real big in the strong tree.
To be who
You was created to be. The world's gonna leave a legacy, but you gotta use these 4 C's. Whoa, whoa. Create, collaborate, then we commit with confidence. Everybody, create, collaborate, then we commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. The 4 C's. The 4 C's: create, collaborate. Then we commit with what? Oh no, we commit with what? I'm gonna drop this mic. You guys done watched the TV show Drop the Mic? create, collaborate, commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do. You know, I tell you, I told you, this is the time. This is our first program of the year because school just started back the 15th. And we're going to start this one off with a message that I'm going to be speaking probably at about 50, 60 schools this year, like I always do. But I want to talk to you all about why the 4 C's are important and why then in everything that we do, we got to know in our heart, we got to know in our mind, we got to know in our soul that we can do anything that we set out to do. So the 4 C's create. The first C, create. Create the ideals that we have in our mind and our head. A lot of times we have these ideas in our head and our mind, and we sometimes think that we are weird. I mean, not just you young folks, but sometimes us grown folks and old folks as well. We have ideals. We have dreams that we have. And sometimes, I tell you, with these dreams and these ideas that we have, it's not word. And sometimes we feel that, wow, if I share these things, they're all going to laugh at me. They're all going to laugh at me. Let me tell you something. Dreams, ideas, thoughts. And I ask this question. What is the richest place in the world? Anybody? Come on, help me out with this. Yes. China. Good question. Can I get somebody else? Who? Don't be afraid. Come on, help me out with this. You. What you think the richest place in the world? Dubai? One more. Yes, sir. Las Vegas. I like that. But let me tell you, let me relate the reason I asked that question. And don't be afraid of what I'm getting ready to say. The richest place in the world is the cemetery. You know why? And I said, wow, that's a little hard. People come up with all of these ideas, all of these thoughts that might be able to solve many problems that we have in the world, but they are afraid to share these ideas with anybody. They're afraid to share them. So guess what happens when you go? Guess what happens to those ideas? They go with you, right? So create is the ideas that we have in our minds. But you might not be the only one with those ideas. So that's why the second C is important. Collaborate. Remember the song Create? Create. Collaborate means that if you share the ideas that you have with others, you will find out that others might be feeling the same way that you're feeling. Others might be thinking the same things that you're thinking. And I'm going to use this analogy. What's the guy that invented Facebook? What's his name? Okay. Mark Zuckerberg, right? Now, Mark Zuckerberg had these ideas of bringing social media in live time, meaning maybe a 1 or 2 second delay. But as you see on television, it's live. And he had this idea. So he invented this thing called an algorithm, which had the power, the necessary innovation to bring these things to life. But when he went to share these ideas with the powers that be, the people that made things happen, they told him, they said, hey, what are you talking about? You're 18, 19, go back to Harvard. He could have quit. He could have quit at that point. Guess what he did? He went back to Harvard. But he had the fortitude where he reached out to some of his friends and he shared the ideas that he had. We call that what? Collaboration. So he collaborated with them, and they said, hey, I've been thinking along these ways as well. Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about all of these things? He had 14 friends to share their ideas, and he came up with a superpower algorithm called Facebook. And he went back to the powers to be and said, hey, you wouldn't listen to me last time, but you gotta listen to me this time. No. That brings us to the next C. Create, collaborate. Create, collaborate. Commitment. He was committed to sharing his ideas and making the world better. So with his commitment, he said, you got to watch. I'm not leaving until you listen to what I got to say and see what I got to say. They said, okay, go ahead, do what you got to do. He had people placed all around the world, different places, China, Japan, Dubai, all of these places, right? And so he put it in, and he had different television screens around. He said, China, are you there? Yes. Dubai, are you there? Oh, yes. Wow! We got to have this. The powers that be said, we got to have it. Because create, collaborate. One more time, create, collaborate. Commit with what? Commit with what? And everything that you do. So he was very confident about the things that he wanted to do. And he stuck with that confidence. And my point is, in anything that you guys do in life, be very confident that you can do it. You see what I have on my shirt? You got to dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. If you're not going to do it big, if you're not confident about it, if you're not going to do it big, don't do it at all. If you're not going to give 100% at everything you do, don't do it at all. Listen to your parents, listen to your teachers, listen to your friends, some of them, not all of them. Listen to, be confident with everything you do. Real quickly, I'm going to close out with the message that you guys see on the page called Life. Life. Life is an acronym of how we can do things and meet the requirements of the 4 C's. Life stands for love, investment, family, and empowerment. Love. In order to love anybody else, you must first what? You must first what? You got to love yourself. If I asked you, what is the definition of love? I mean, everybody would come up with probably a million different things, right? So I'm going to ask a couple of people, what's the definition of love? Enjoy? That's a good question. What's the definition of love? Confident. You. What's the definition of love? I love that answer. You. What's the definition of love? Oh, yeah. Don't be afraid. What's the definition of love? I like that. You know, I tell you, yes, sir. Whoever had a gold rule. Now, love, I mean, each and every last one of you was right. The best definition of love that I have came up with is the consideration of everything and everybody. Just consideration. It's when you meet somebody, not being judgmental just because of the color of their skin, their religion, their this or that. Give everybody a chance. I mean, just a consideration of everything and everybody. Investment, young folks. In order to be one of the future leaders of tomorrow, you got to invest in yourself. And investment is not money. Investment is your homework. Investment is obeying the laws. Investment is doing the things that you're supposed to do to make sure that you're bettering yourself. It's also doing your chores without mommy and daddy saying, hey, did you wash the dishes? No, I didn't do it because you didn't tell me to. Did you take out the trash? No, I just, you didn't tell me to. Investment is taking the time to invest in yourself, read that extra book, push away that cell phone and the tweets for a little bit, invest in yourself. Family, love, investment, family. Just by you all being here today, you all are part of my family. You are all a part of the J.C. Cooley family. And guess what? Family need each other. We all need each other. So that's what family is. We all need each other. So let's stop fighting among each other. Let's stop looking at all the negativities in another person, because if you looking at negativity in another person, you got some in yourself as well. Let's look at the power of positive thinking. The power of positive thinking. We have all of that inside us to do that. The E, empowerment. Like I was saying a minute ago, you don't have to wait on somebody to empower you. You can empower yourself by doing the thing that you're supposed to do. You know that you got to do your homework. You know you're supposed to take out the trash. You know you're supposed to do all these things. Don't wait until, why you didn't do it, Coach? You didn't tell me to do it. Empowerment, life. If you utilize the word life, love, investment, family, employment, put that with the 4 C's. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence in everything that you do. Thank you so much. I want to bring our youth guest speaker. I want to bring her to the stage. You know what? I got incredible respect for this young lady. And I think she epitomized the 4 C's. I mean, she is so fantastic. She's in 11th grade, and she's doing a whole lot of things. And I want to introduce you guys to our youth guest speaker. Remember the name. You all will hear about her for a very, very long time. Without any further delay, Salona husband.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. So, before I start speaking on the topic that I want to share today, I'd like to do a small tribute to Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul. So, is that okay? Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired. And when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was so unkind. You're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. When my soul was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me till your love helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for. And if I make you happy, I don't need much more. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you done to me. What you done to me. You made me feel so good inside. I just wanna be close to you. You made me feel so alive. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. You make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman. Thank you. All right, so like I said, my name's Solona Husband. I go to Temecula Valley High School, and I'm in 11th grade. I'm one of the board members of the BSU, which is the Black Student Union. I'm also a captain of the STEP team, and I want to major in musical theater. And I'm taking a psychology class, and one of the things we talked about was what's the main thing that makes someone happy? What's something that makes someone want to wake up in the morning and just have a great day? Does anyone know what's the main thing that makes someone happy? Can anyone think of something? Dreams? Parents? Anyone think of something? What was that? Did you say something? No? Oh, okay. Mom, what's something that makes you happy? Okay. Okay, family and God. Really, yes. Giving, goals. Thank you. Wake up. Yeah. The article said that the number one thing, according to psychology, that makes someone happy is being able to adapt. Adaptability is the main thing that makes someone happy. And here's the reasons why. Adaptable people don't blame themselves after rejection. They own coping mechanisms and they know when to speak up. So when you're more adaptable, you know how you're going to react to certain situations. And if you need to adjust to your natural reaction, then you can do that if needed. And that helps you make smart decisions, makes you happier, and it also lets you collaborate with other people. So here are 3 things that I feel that can help someone be more adaptable and happier. Number 1 is observing others before putting an input. I know I like to talk a lot and have good discussions and debates, but have you ever sat back and truly listened to someone before putting in your input? You can definitely understand where they're coming from before getting emotional or jumping right to conclusions. It makes the conversation flow a lot more smoother. The next thing I said is to say nice things to yourself. I feel like people push themselves too hard, and it can cause them to be very stressed. It can cause them to be discouraged. And in reality, we need to be nicer to ourselves, whether it's saying today is going to be a good day, or I like how I look in this dress, or I like how my makeup's today, or I'm really smart. There's a difference between being self-absorbed and being humble and being nice to yourself. Being nice to yourself really gets you further, and it boosts up your confidence, it encourages yourself, and you become your best motivator and supporter. So number 3, I said always say yes to offers that may be good for you. So if you're at a job interview, you get offered to do a task that might challenge you in a way. Always say yes to things like that because you never know how far you can really go until you truly try. So if a teacher says, do this thing and you'll get extra credit, you should do it. If the teacher says who wants to present first, you should go first because you never really know how amazing that feeling could be to say, I did something that I wouldn't have done a couple days ago. So being adaptable is a very good trait to have, and I think that everyone should try to be more adaptable because you'll truly be more happy. So thank you. That's it.
That wasn't good enough. Let's give her another round of applause. What you guys thought about that song? Was it's absolutely extraordinary? You know, and that is having confidence. That's the message, the 4 C's, confidence in everything you do. Confidence. And each and every last one of you, I believe, got that confidence in you. That, and you will get an opportunity if you liked to get up here and speak in one of the future programs. I'm always looking for youth guest speakers. So you will get that opportunity. And you'll get an opportunity to develop the confidence and also just the understanding of public speaking. Because anything that you do in life, you're going to need to do that. Doesn't matter which level you're at. So let's give her another round of applause. Our guest speaker is somebody that I know very, very well. I tell you, a couple of years ago, he was afraid to even grab the mic, but about 3 years ago. But he developed the confidence and the courage to do this. And that's my youngest son, Joshua. He just graduated from Palomar University, community college, and he's a music major. And a lot of time we mention music because I have another son that's a musician. He's an artist. Pretty well known. But this one here, he's going to tell you a little bit about. He's a music major as well, but it's a different type of music. He's kind of like he writes soundtracks for movies and stuff like that. But he's going to tell you a little bit about him. Without any further delay, Joshua Cooley.
Good morning, everybody. like to share with you a topic that I feel that is the most important that you should learn in life, and it's perseverance. Now, my definition of perseverance is um, overcoming obstacles that you come through in life, no matter how hard it is. So, no matter how hard you fall, always get back up. And how I would like to present it is show you examples of famous people who persevered through life. Oh, did it go white? Go white. Ooh. All right. So the first example is, of course, Michael Jordan. Now I'm just gonna read this quote. I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I lost more than 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and miss. I failed over and over and over again in life, and that's why I succeed. Now, he missed more than 9,000 shots. That's 9,000 times he could have just gave up and quit. He lost more than 300 games. He could have quit there, but he didn't. And here's another there's another fact about him that I didn't want to put on the slide. That let me go back. That in 1978 he was actually cut from his high school basketball team, and I didn't know this until I did more research about him. But instead of him giving up, he actually um, decided to try out for the team next year, and he actually made the team. And towards the end of his high school career, he was Rookie of the Year. So that was really amazing, and he really persevered through that. So I'm gonna show quick video. Let me go back again. So it's not what happens when you fail. It's really what happens after you fail. What do you do afterwards? So important another one who persevered through life is actually Abraham Lincoln. And the more research I did, the more I found out about his struggles that he went through in life. So there was way too much for me to even like put all of his failures on the slide. So I just shortened it. That he actually lost 8 elections and failed in business 3 times. But yet he still went on to become the president, one of the greatest presidents of the United States. Also borrowed some money from a friend to begin a business, and he went bankrupt. But he spent 17 years paying off that debt, but he didn't let that stop him. Last one is Albert Einstein. And when you think of Einstein, I don't think of someone who's described as mentally slow or was expelled from school. And he actually didn't speak until he was 4. Even now in modern times, Einstein is actually used as a compliment, like calling someone an Einstein, calling someone very smart. So if he would have just gave up, there's a lot of things that wouldn't have happened. And I would have showed you more. I would have showed more, but I'm just gonna show you in this video, actually. 15 famous failures. The whole video, but everybody within that video, all they didn't give up. Basically, what's the main message. So for tips for dealing with perseverance is first clarify your goal. So make sure it's clear. So even if you mess up, like just think about what you really want to do. Think about how bad you want to do or how you want your goal to be. Always maintain optimism. So even if you fail, don't just which goes on to the next one. Don't dwell on the past. Like if you fail, just every day is a new day, basically. And acknowledge your accomplishments. So always think about all the good things you've done in the past, and always either don't try to redo, but always believe that you can do better than your past self, and persist. So what I want to show you is one of my old songs that I made in the past, and how through the years I progressed to make better music. So let me see the. This is one of my earlier songs, and it's not that good, but it's for an example. Alright. Alright, that's enough. And I'm gonna show you one of my newer songs. What's a good one? I'm gonna go this one. This is 2 years afterwards. So, so that's the conclusion of my presentation, and I hope y'all enjoyed.
Good job. Let's give him another round of applause. You know, I am going to say this again. You can do anything that you set your mind to do. Did you guys see the difference in 2 years? But he worked on it. And if you're working on anything, you know, you might want to keep this in mind that whatever it is, if you feel like you're not there yet, remember the saying, you're not there yet. Yet. That does not mean that you won't get there. You're not there yet. If you continue to work on anything that you're passionate about, you're going to figure out what I call the secret sauce. The secret sauce. Once you figure out the secret sauce, it's going to unlock that door. And you're going to say, I am there now. So I'm going to say, if anybody in here are doing anything, and if you feel like I'm having problems, you're not there. You're not there. You're not there. But if you figure out the secret sauce and you unlock the door with the key, you can say, I am there. I am there. You can do anything that you set your mind to. I want to bring up our last speaker. He's going to come and talk to you all for a couple of minutes. This guy here keeps me out of trouble. He keeps me focused. You know, I tell you, I've been knowing this guy for a long, long time. We served in the Navy together, 23 years. A great guy, and a guy that I am proud to call my friend. My Executive Vice President, Charles Golden.
Good morning. Everybody full, everybody fed, everybody feeling good and happy right now? You know, from this morning? Okay. Forgive our sign, but I want to welcome you to the J.C. Cooley Foundation, the Options and Opportunities and Choice Program. Today we're going to talk about the word choice. See, you have a choice every day. When you wake up in the morning, you have a choice whether you're going to have a good day or a bad day. No one in your life can make that decision for you other than yourself. I don't care what happens. I don't care what your friends say. I don't care what your principal says. I don't care about anything. You have the ability and the single power to control how people affect your day. There's only one person in the world that can make you mad. I don't care if your mom makes you mad. She didn't make you mad. You made yourself mad. I don't care if you thought your dad made you mad. She didn't make you mad. You made yourself mad. Because see, mom, dad, teachers, bosses, everybody, they have this thing called rules. And you either follow the rules or you don't follow the rules. Now, you make a choice. If you follow the rules, you have a great day. If you don't follow the rules, guess what? You don't have a great day because everything comes with a price. See, I tell my children, everybody has a job and everybody gets paid. When I go to work, I do a good job, I get a paycheck. If I don't go to work, guess what? I don't get a paycheck, or I get less of a paycheck. Now, you young adults, you are young adults. You have a job. You have a job to be mindful, to be respectful, and most importantly, love yourself, okay? So when mom and dad or principals or teachers, whatever, put these rules down, and your paycheck is your grade, your paycheck could be an allowance, your paycheck could be watching TV, or watching and having an internet, or getting a new Game Boy, or whatever the new fad is, whatever. That's your paycheck. But when you don't do what you're supposed to do, guess what? You don't get paid. And now you're mad. Well, who you mad at? Who you mad at? You made a choice. You made a choice to not follow the prescribed program. And you have every right to do that. And I tell my children, 23 years in the military, I told my subordinates, I told my enlisted personnel, you can do whatever you want to do as long as you are willing to accept the consequences of your actions. And see, that's a problem that I think we have in our society today. Everybody's doing this. Gimme, 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 gimme. Well, where's the work? Nothing in this world is free. It can say it's free, but you got to do the work to get it. So put this in your head. If you want it, you got to go out there and get it. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do anything or be who you want to be. I grew up out of a family of 10 in the early 70s. And trust me, I was told many, many, many times that I'm not going to be successful. I'm not going to have my own family. I'm not going to have my own car. I'm not going to have my own house. I'm not going to have a lot of things because I wasn't destined to have those in their eyes. But guess who made that choice not to listen to them? Me. 23 years in the military, master's degree, working on a doctorate degree, wife, 2 children, house, job. I have a life. But I made that choice to do that. And you got to make that choice for you. Nobody else can make that choice for you. Nobody. So when you wake up in the morning, you say, oh, I'm not feeling so good. Mom made me mad. My friend made me mad. Your friend didn't make you mad. You let your friend make you mad. You let your friend make you mad. Why? It takes more muscles to frown than to smile. Think about that. And if you frown long enough, your face stays that way. It's a true fact. Your body has it's called muscle memory. Like that tape doesn't. Your body will have what's called muscle memory. When you do certain things long enough, it becomes permanent. So if you walk around with a frown on your face, no one knows you're happy because you always look sad and upset. And then when someone says, why are you mad? You don't even know. You're just mad. There's only one person who can make you happy again, and that's you. Now, before I turn this back over to Mr. Cooley, I'm going to tell you this. There is only one person in this world that is responsible for your happiness. That is you. Nobody can make you sad. Nobody can make you happy. Only you can. That's your choice. And I empower you to choose wisely. Thank you. I'll let you bring up to the CEO again, Mr. James Cooley.
Great job. You know, I want to recognize somebody here that been with my organization for the last, well, ever since they were 17 years old. And if you went on my YouTube channel or any of that stuff, saw any of my programs and this and that, this is solely responsibility of a 17-year-old that I trusted 3 years ago. And I just want to, he don't know that I'm going to do this, but I'm going to call him up because I really, really enjoy the things that he do to ensure that our program looks good, get out there. And I mean, he's very passionate about all the things that he does. I want to bring up George Ellis. This is my camera guy. So he does pretty much all the filming, you know, around here. And we just got a little certificate that we want to present to you. You know, so on behalf of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, we gave him a scholarship a couple of months ago, but we messed up the certificate, so we want to re-award the certificate. George, you're doing a magnificent job. We love you. Continue to be a positive influence to all the other young folks that are coming up. You're a junior this year, right? Junior in college, yeah. Junior this year. You know, one of my recipients, I tell you, this year is the first year of graduation class. We got about 8 kids 4 years ago that we awarded scholarships that's going to be graduating this year. George was awarded a scholarship 3 years ago, and we awarded him a scholarship again 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Just making sure.
You know, I tell you what, the last 5 minutes, I'll open up the floor. How many seniors we got in here? Any seniors? Juniors? How many juniors? Can we get the juniors up here? Don't be scared. The juniors. Hey, George, make sure that we get this, okay? Okay, so since we do not have any seniors up here, you guys are juniors and seniors, and you're stepping up with the leadership. And this is our first program, but in showing leadership, I call this the 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds. I'm gonna ask each and every last one of you to share what you are planning on doing and how you planning on achieving that in 45 seconds in life.
What I'm doing in life, I'm being a good example for my nephews, for younger classers at my school, being involved in a lot of activities at school. And I plan on finishing high school and going to college, moving to New York eventually, and going on Broadway.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlene. I go to Chaparral High School, and I want to go into public health. So I want to be a doctor, but I want to help people on a global level and just reach out to more people, especially in third world countries and especially in Southeast Asia and things like that. And in order to get there, one, I'm taking a lot of like difficult classes just because of like getting preparing for medical school. I'm helping out with a lot of or I'm in ASB and like a lot of different clubs and organizations at my school, and I'm also really involved in the community in the city of Temecula, and yeah, so.
Hi, I'm Allie. I also go to Chaparral High School. So, what I plan on doing in my life, I don't really know like what my career is yet, but I do know it has to do with like helping out the youth and stuff. And to get there, well, my dream, my dream college is UC Berkeley, and then from there on, I want to like transfer to Columbia University to get my master's degree. And as of now, I'm also taking a lot of hard classes. I'm the junior class president for ASB, and I'm also involved in a lot of like clubs in our school. So yeah.
Hello, you guys. My name is Caleb, and I plan on going to college for like music, I plan on getting like 4 years there. And once I graduate college, I plan on going make it in the music industry. And I want to change it because a lot of these people that make music, they say a lot of cuss words, and they're basically worshiping the devil. And I want to change that. I want to worship God in my raps and make it sound good. You guys know what I mean? But thank you.
Like right now, like, well, my name's Ethan, and he's recording, but whatever. One thing I like want to go into is like psychology. I've always found it interesting. I'm taking IB Psych like right now. It's tough. I don't know any colleges I want to go into because I don't look into that. I'm just like, whatever. And I guess that's it. Nothing really interesting.
Now, Ethan said that he's not looking into that yet. He's not looking into that. He's not looking into that. You will be looking into that. Hey, let's give him a round of applause. Come on now. Hey, thank you so much. I tell you, focus is key. Focus is key at everything that you do. Focus is key. Stay focused. Thank you so much. Now it's time where, wow, we're having so much fun, we don't want to end this. But we got to end this. I tell you, we got a program coming up in September. I haven't chose the date yet. It's probably going to be here again, depending on how many RSVPs that we get. If it's we want to get as many as possible because we got a couple of other places as well where we can hold up to 300-400 folks, and we have done that. You know, so the schools, the different high schools, if you want me, you can go back and talk to your counselors or your principals. If you want me to come to your high school to speak, if they reach out to me and we can get it on our schedule, we will come and do it. And a couple of the high schools, I'm hoping, and she don't know that yet, we got a couple of high schools with 4,000 folks where we speak to the whole student body and everybody. And I got a plan on, one of our singers to accommodate me if her mom and dad will let her on a couple of them. We talked about it already last year. So just stay focused. Focus is key. And remember, we empower ourselves. What are the 4 C's? Hey, Charles, can you end it with the 4 C's, please? What are the 4 C's? Oh my God. Okay, I tell you, we're gonna end this with the four C's, and we want to make a little noise in here with the four. But before we do this, Charles is finding it. I want to call Brett to the stage. Come here, Brett. This is one of my guys as well. You know, Ryla. I mentioned to Ryla to a couple of folks here. He went to Ryla, and then he came back as alumni. Um, DG. Actually, he skipped that. He came back as a DGL, distinguished guide leader. So he came back as a DGL because he was focused. And Ryla for juniors. Ryla is for juniors only. If you get an opportunity to go, you do not want to turn that down. Just so happened this year, for our Rotary Club, I'm in charge of the Ryla program. So, but you have to compete and you have to stay focused, because if you're not focused, we have 7,000 people competing for 600 slots. But it's something that we pay for if you're selected. Mom and dad don't have to pay a dime. It's held up in Crestline, up in the mountains, and it's going to be March and April of this year. March and April. Keep that in mind. We're going to close out with the four C's.
Don't realize that we can affect an entire generation and build our character.
Remember the four: create, collaborate, what?
These four C's.
Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the four C's. It's the four C's. In this life you are gonna grow, but there's things in this world that you gotta know. To be the best that you can be, you wanna grow real big into a strong tree. To be who you were created to be, the one who's gonna leave a legacy is you. But you got to have these four C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the four C's. It's the four C's.
Now, you know what? I did that on purpose because when you leave here, you're going to be thinking of these four C's. So you're going to be thinking of the four C's. And I tell you, when I come to your school, we're going to sing the four C's in front of the whole student body. And you guys are going to have a jump on. Any questions about anything before we close this out? Any questions? Yes, ma'am. Well, we were talking about Ryla. It's called Rotary Youth League Academy. And it's for 11th graders only. And it's a leadership program. Yes.
I love Ryla. Ryla is the best camp I've ever been to. I've been to plenty of camps. How many of y'all know me here? Any of you guys know me? Nobody knows me. 3 days, you guys will think you know my entire life. That you are with your group of people, and you get to know these people, and you get to learn and grow as a leader and figure out how all these different personalities are actually a lot like you. Like, we have nothing in common, you think, but you'll find out by the end of it, me and you might be like the best friends that you never knew you had. You go up the mountain and you're just a high school kid that you're going through life and you think you know what's going on, you kind of got your plan, and you go down that, and now you actually have your plan. You know what you are, you know who you are, and you don't be that high school personality. You start becoming yourself, if you know what I'm saying. For any of you guys that are in high school, you try to be that cool kid playing Fortnite, whatever. Now you're the kid that's cool playing PUBG and getting good at games. Just kidding.
It's an absolutely fantastic program. So if you're a junior, I encourage you to talk to your counselors about it. Any questions? Any more questions? Been an absolute pleasure. I hope to see everybody in September. Thank you very much.